And hello and welcome to another episode of from Woody's World of Wonders with me, Munt, and him, Woody. Forgot what your name was then. How can I forget with that wonderful ending theme tune? Right then. First up, the Purge TV series and Treadstone TV series has been cancelled.
Ah, well, you see, once Mark Bernardin's gone, that's it. That guy's saving the shows, and then he goes, and that's it, kiss of death. It's a shame, though.
I've
never seen either of them.
I saw the Purge TV series. It wasn't too bad, but it was the premise of a film dragged over 10 episodes, and it starts to get tiresome.
And the premise of that film is really, it's only set up to be a film. It's not set up to be a series. How you can actually drag out that over a series when I don't get quite really.
Yeah, well, they made one night last all night long. The
only way you can do it is do like a 24 sort of idea and do it in real time and run like, half-hour stories, and you can eke it all out then over those are 12 hours. It
was watchable, but it didn't work great. And as regards Treadstone, Jason Bourne, I've had no inclination to go and see Treadstone, and neither has anybody else. And believe it or not, do you know how many people watched the finale of Treadstone?
3.
317,000 people.
I wasn't far off.
We get more viewers than that.
That's 3, isn't it?
So, on to the next story. Matrix 4 is due to start reshooting on July the 6th by the looks of things. They've had an extension on the contracts. They want to get on with it as quick as they can. So Matrix 4 is going to carry on shooting. They've got a May 2021 release date, so they've got to get on with it, haven't they, really?
It's another one I wish I was more excited about. There's a lot of stuff that excites me. This doesn't particularly excite me.
It's just one of them.
They'll just turn around and completely shock you. That first Matrix film was so wonderful, though. And then the sequels come along and sort of, no, you're robbing me.
I like Reloaded. It just had Revolutions, didn't know what it wanted to do, and it was just weird.
You like the underground cave rave thing, don't you?
No, I don't. That's on the third one, mate. That's just what the hell was that all about?
Is that the one with the two, the white dreadlock ghost guys?
No, that's the second one. The dreadlock ghost guy. The second one works. I quite like the second one. It was a great.
That's the one with absolutely massive car chase, isn't it? Then.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. But I've got no excitement for Matrix 4 whatsoever because the story was done and dusted. So I don't know what they're going to do.
It's quite like Avatar for me. It was what it was, and why are you doing more of it now?
Yep. And there was no need to. There's no need to revisit it or mess with it. The story was tied up. It would be like trying to do Back to the Future 4 now. It just makes no sense.
The only reason that I can think of that they've possibly gone back to do it is with Michael B. Jordan. They've got a good star, someone that they'd like to have cast in the first one, because originally they were going to cast Will Smith, weren't they? Before Keanu, and he knocked it back, and Keanu Reeves did it. So maybe they just want to cast the sort of actor that they wanted to cast in the first one and do it like that. But it's been and done now. I don't see the point in it. I really don't.
It's all me. And another thing that I can't see the point in is that it's an official go now for the reboot of Scarface.
It's a remake reboot day, all right.
I mean, I've got.
Well, how many versions is this now?
I don't know, but the Pacino one is timeless. It's a classic now.
Well, so before that, it was a black and white version.
There was a black and white version, but you don't see people.
Yeah, you class the Pacino as
classic. It is a classic, and it's one of them where I feel it's an untouched classic. This is like remaking E.T. It just doesn't need to be done.
This I've got a bit more interest in this maybe than other news that's come out so far, simply because it has been at least a long time between them, so that when it comes up, the idea of gangstering now, or depending when they're going to set it, is different from back then. So there's a possibility for something original to go, well, something at least a bit new and interesting to go on. But really, as you say, Jaws was made a hell of a long time ago. Now you can make it with better effects now, but would it be better if you made it now? Probably not. You know.
And this is another one of those. This is a mistake. This is going to be shit. This is going to be a shit on a par with the remake of Point Break. I know who actually saw the remake.
If you're going to go a shit on a par with it, surely RoboCop with
RoboCop, Jesus, yeah, God, I actually watched that.
I still haven't watched. As it was put to me before, you don't have to watch it, so I simply chose. You're right, I won't.
I made the mistake of. I won't pay to go and see Scarface. I will watch it out of curiosity, but it's like remaking The Godfather, isn't it? It's just there's no need.
Remaking The Princess Bride, remaking Back to the Future, remaking Die Hard. There's certain films kind of perfect already,
and they don't need to be done. And the thing is, they make films now, gangster movies set in the 80s, set in the 70s, set in the 60s, all covering those genres, all covering that style. And Scarface, when you watch it, because they're still making films that are gangster movies set in that time period, still feels like it's being made now. If you watch The Irishman and it covers a period of time, and a lot of it is set in the 80s, Scarface holds up with that filmmaking the way it looks. It doesn't need to be redone.
I mean, saying that, if you do like the idea of remaking old films, why not tune into the Castaway show and find out what we do in an alternative reality with a film that existed, but if it was going to be remade now.
Oh yeah, a nice little plug there, mate.
Well, I'll give it a go.
The final story for today, because there's not much out there, is they are going to redo Percy Jackson as a TV series on Disney+.
Another redo.
Are they running out of original ideas or what?
I'll be honest here. Out of them all, that's probably the one that I most think, yeah, that could do. Because I watch those. You watch those first movies they came out with, and they're actually, there's a good idea and a good premise. They cast some great little actors as well in the roles and everything. They just didn't hit. So I could see that working as a show or something like that on Disney Plus as well, where they're going to throw a good budget behind it and everything.
Percy Jackson.
The good kid actors as well.
Percy Jackson suffered from Harry Potter fatigue, mate. Everybody had enough.
Yeah.
And
it was looking to be the next one afterwards. Yeah, you're completely right. He's looking to be that.
And the same with the way Maze Runner and the Divergent series, or whatever it's called, suffered after Mockingbird and Twilight, Hunger Games shit. Everybody got sick of that theme, so they die on their arse. And are we ready for Percy Jackson? Another 10 years' time, maybe, but now he's just going to die just as bad.
I don't know. I can still see it hitting now, because I mean, say Harry Potter's had a so-so film series after it. I think it's been a long time now. Depending on what's out there, people could, especially teens or whatever, could be looking for a show like it. I don't think it's going to be a show made for us. You know what I mean?
No, it's true. And nothing's ever made for us, but we still watch it.
MCU, there's no made for you. It is.
I strongly believe in the premise that every time somebody makes something to go on screen, it should be specifically made for me. And I hate this idea that someone says to me, well, it wasn't made for you. You aren't the audience it's made for. Bollocks. I am the audience, and everything should fit and please me. And if it doesn't please me in 100% shape or form, it's not good enough. Sorry, I
love the ego.
It's not an ego. It's just I just struggling. But when I turn around and say, "Oh, I think that was shit," and then someone turns around and says, "Well, it wasn't made for you." What are they made it for then? It should be
The
made.
little girls, little boys, older men.
This is the
people
trouble,
with
you see. There's lazy bastard writers and there's lazy bastard filmmakers, and they don't put the effort in to make sure they do please everyone. They get complacent and they just think, well, if we just please a certain audience, that'll do. Bollocks. They've got to please me. I'm the one to please, mate. And if they're not pleasing me, it's not good enough.
MIFM, make it for Monty.
Make it for Monty. Right then, that's it. That's it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. I've been Munt. He's been Woody.
I've been Woody.
And oh, here he goes again.
Bye bye, Woody and Monty. We read news and we're kind of clumsy. Bye bye, Woody and Monty. We're a pair of assholes both in. Thank you.